Rebecca's face went white as Jessica continued. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to call off the takeover, you're going to transfer $5 million to my account, and you're going to smile while you do it. Or I send this to the FBI tomorrow morning. Malik started to speak, but Jessica cut him off. Oh, and Malik, I have recordings of your, let's call them creative tax strategies too. Turns out David wasn't the only one who's been naughty. That's when Rebecca started laughing too. She looked at Jessica with an expression I'd never seen before and said quietly, you really should have checked who actually owns the security company that installed those cameras, Jess. The room went dead silent. Jessica's smile faltered for the first time. What did you just say? Rebecca stood up slowly, her hand resting on her stomach. I said, you should have checked who owns the security company. Plot twist, little sister. I've known about your recordings for 18 months, and I've been feeding you exactly what I wanted you to hear. Every single word. Jessica's phone suddenly went black, then mine, then everyone's in the room. The question is, Rebecca continued, walking toward Jessica, do you want to know what I've been recording in your house? Because I promise you, it's so much worse than anything you think you have on me. That's when we heard the sirens outside. The sirens grew louder, and through the dining room window, I saw an ambulance pull up to our neighbor's house. Mrs. Chen from 3 doors down was being wheeled out on a stretcher. The timing was coincidental, but the tension in our dining room made it feel like the sirens were for us. Jessica's hands shook as she frantically pressed buttons on her dead phone. David stood frozen, his face cycling through confusion, anger, and fear. Our parents sat speechless, their eyes darting between their 2 daughters like they were watching a tennis match they couldn't comprehend. Rebecca pulled out her own phone, which somehow still worked perfectly. She tapped the screen a few times, and suddenly Jessica's voice filled the room from hidden speakers. David's so stupid. He actually thinks those other women mean something. I've been moving money from his accounts for months. By the time I'm done with him, he'll have nothing left. The recording continued, Jessica's voice clear as day, discussing her plans to frame Rebecca for various crimes, her schemes to turn their parents against her permanently, and most damning of all, her confession about deliberately causing Rebecca's first miscarriage by slipping something into her drink at a family barbecue 2 years ago. David lunged for Rebecca's phone, but Malik stepped between them. Despite being smaller than David, Malik's calm demeanor made David step back immediately. Sit down, Malik said quietly. David sat. Jessica's face had gone from red to white to green. She clutched her stomach, and for a moment I thought she might actually be sick right there on our mother's Persian rug. That's edited, Jessica stammered. You can't prove anything. Those recordings are fake. Rebecca smiled, and it wasn't a nice smile. Really? Because I have the originals. Time-stamped, location tagged. Some of them even have video, Jess. Like the one where you're in my house, going through my medical records while I was at my fertility appointments. Or the one where you're teaching your son to call me the sad auntie who can't have babies. He's 4, Jessica. 4 years old, and you're already teaching him cruelty. Our mother finally found her voice. Rebecca, Jessica, please, we're family. We can work this out without all this drama. Drama? Rebecca turned to our mother, and years of suppressed anger finally surfaced. She slept with my fiancé for 6 months. She wore white to her wedding while pregnant with his child. She used my wedding plans, my vendors, tried to steal my dress, and you called it drama? You attended her wedding like nothing happened. You chose her over me, just like you always have. We didn't choose sides. Our father protested weakly. Silence is choosing a side, I found myself saying. Everyone turned to look at me. You've been silent about Jessica's behavior our whole lives. When she stole Rebecca's boyfriends in high school, you said boys will be boys. When she copied Rebecca's college essays and got into the same school, you said imitation was flattery. When she literally stole her fiancé, you said Rebecca should be happy for her sister. You've been choosing Jessica by enabling her for 28 years. Jessica tried a different tactic. Tears. They came easily. They always had. I'm pregnant, she wailed. You can't do this to a pregnant woman. Think of my children. I am thinking of your children, Rebecca said coldly. They deserve better than a mother who lies, cheats, and steals. They deserve better than parents who teach them that